Sea turtles, ancient mariners of our oceans, now face crisis. Plastic pollution, entanglement, and habitat loss threaten their survival like never before. Their epic migrations, once a symbol of resilience, have become a gauntlet of dangers, most created by us. The fate of sea turtles is tied to the health of our oceans and to our own future. Understanding their struggle is the first step to change. Join us as we uncover the top dangers sea turtles face and discover how you can help rewrite their story. The time to act is now. Our story begins with plastic pollution, a danger as pervasive as the ocean currents. To a sea turtle, a floating plastic bag resembles a jellyfish. It is a fatal mimicry. The turtle consumes the plastic, believing it to be a nourishing meal. The ocean has been laced with a deceptive poison. Over time, plastic breaks down into microplastics. These tiny particles contaminate everything. They are ingested by the small creatures that turtles feed on, accumulating up the food chain. Millions of tons of plastic enter our oceans each year. For a sea turtle, navigating this plastic soup has become an unavoidable part of life. It is a tragic end for these gentle grazers. Their world is now choked by the refuse of a disposable world. Drifting silently through the ocean, there is another, more sinister form of pollution ghost gear. These are the fishing nets, lines, and traps that have been lost or deliberately abandoned at sea. They are phantoms, continuing to fish indiscriminately for decades. For a sea turtle, these nets represent one of the most immediate and terrifying threats. Entanglement is a death sentence, a slow and agonizing struggle. Once caught, the turtle's instinct is to thrash and pull, but this only tightens the net's grip. Trapped below, they face the grim certainty of drowning. Even if a turtle survives, its future is bleak. These nets don't just kill, they maim and cripple, leaving a trail of suffering. This single piece of abandoned gear has become a floating tomb. This is the legacy of ghost gear, a perpetual silent killer. The global demand for seafood drives vast fishing efforts, but nets and lines cast for tuna and shrimp often ensnare other marine animals. This bycatch is a catastrophic threat to sea turtles. They are caught in the crossfire of an industry that feeds the world. Trawl nets are dragged along the seabed, sweeping up everything. Sea turtles are crushed or drowned. Longline fishing also poses a grave danger. Turtles become hooked, leading to a slow death or horrific injuries. Hundreds of thousands are caught as bycatch every year. Though turtle excluder devices exist, their use is not universal. The open ocean has become a landscape of invisible walls and baited traps. They are accidental victims in a war for resources. For a female sea turtle, the drive to return to the very beach where she was born is one of the most powerful forces in nature. After decades at sea, she undertakes a colossal journey to find this specific stretch of sand where she will lay the next generation. But increasingly, she finds her ancestral home has vanished due to coastal development, eroding the very foundation of the sea turtle life cycle. The sand is compacted, making it impossible to dig a proper nest. Seawalls create impenetrable barriers, forcing nesting females to abandon their attempts. Even where a turtle can find sand, artificial light disorients hatchlings. Disoriented, the hatchlings crawl inland, towards the artificial glow, where they fall prey to predators. What was once a sanctuary is now a hostile environment. The epic journey of the female turtle too often ends in frustration and failure. Climate change is altering the destiny of sea turtles before they even hatch. The temperature of the sand determines the sex of the hatchling. Warmer temperatures produce females, while cooler temperatures produce males. Our rapidly warming planet is pushing this balance to a dangerous extreme. Nesting beaches are getting hotter, producing more females. In some cases, temperatures are becoming lethal, cooking the eggs. A population with too few males cannot sustain itself, leading to a catastrophic collapse. Furthermore, climate change brings rising sea levels and extreme weather events, washing away eggs and shrinking nesting habitat. For sea turtles, it is an existential crisis, happening right now. The ocean is really the ultimate sink for the world's pollution. Beyond plastics, a cocktail of invisible chemical contaminants and catastrophic oil spills poses a grave and insidious threat to sea turtles. Runoff from agriculture and industry carries pesticides, heavy metals, and other toxic substances into coastal waters. These pollutants settle in the seagrass beds and coral reefs where turtles feed, contaminating their food source and in turn, their bodies. This is a slow, creeping poison that weakens them from the inside out. Ingesting these toxins has a debilitating effect on a turtle's health. It can suppress their immune system, making them more susceptible to diseases, such as fibropapillomatosis, a devastating tumor-forming disease. The chemicals can also disrupt their reproductive systems, leading to lower fertility rates and developmental problems in their offspring. The turtles may appear healthy on the outside, but internally, their bodies are waging a constant battle against a chemical assault, compromising their ability to survive the other challenges they face. Catastrophic oil spills represent a more immediate and visceral danger. When oil slicks spread across the ocean surface, turtles are forced to swim through the thick, toxic sludge. They inhale the volatile fumes when they surface to breathe, causing severe damage to their lungs. The oil coats their bodies, making it difficult to swim, and if ingested, it can cause severe damage to their digestive tract and internal organs. The nesting beaches they rely on can be coated in tar, rendering them unusable for years. Even after a spill has been cleaned up, the long-term effects linger. Oil and chemical dispersants can persist in the marine environment for decades, contaminating foraging grounds and accumulating in the food web. A mother turtle can pass these toxins onto her eggs, jeopardizing the health of the next generation before they are even born. This chemical warfare, waged unintentionally through our industrial and agricultural practices, is turning the turtle's ocean home into a hazardous environment. For one species of sea turtle, its own beauty is its greatest curse. The hawksbill turtle possesses a shell of breathtaking intricacy, with overlapping scales or scutes that display a stunning translucent pattern of amber, gold, and brown. For centuries, this material, known as tortoiseshell or becco, has been coveted by humans to create luxury items, jewelry, combs, spectacle frames, and decorative ornaments. This demand has fueled a brutal and relentless illegal wildlife trade that has pushed the hawksbill to the brink of extinction. Hunters target these gentle creatures in the coral reefs where they feed. They are captured and killed, often cruelly, simply to strip them of their precious shells. The rest of the animal is frequently discarded. Despite international bans on the trade of tortoiseshell under the CITES Convention, a thriving black market persists. In many parts of the world, tourists, often unaware of the source, continue to buy these illegal souvenirs, perpetuating the cycle of slaughter. Each small trinket represents a dead turtle. The impact on the hawksbill population has been catastrophic. They are now listed as critically endangered. Because they're slow to mature and have a low reproductive rate, the removal of even a few adults from a population can have a devastating long-term effect. The targeted hunting of nesting females is particularly damaging, as it eliminates not only an individual, but all of her future offspring. We are losing these gardeners of the reef at an alarming rate. While the hawksbill is the primary target, other turtles are not entirely safe. The illegal trade also extends to turtle leather, made from their skin, and stuffed turtle curios. And it's not just the adults who are at risk. In many regions, turtle eggs are poached directly from the nest. They are considered a delicacy or an aphrodisiac, and entire nests are dug up and sold in local markets. This practice robs the population of its next generation, a theft of the future that pushes already fragile populations closer to collapse. The human appetite extends beyond turtle shells. Sea turtle meat and eggs have been consumed for centuries, woven into tradition as delicacies or medicine. While sustainable in the past, today it threatens their survival. Despite legal protections, illegal harvesting continues, driven by local consumption and a lucrative black market. The poaching of eggs is an even more pervasive problem. An entire nest can be wiped out in minutes, striking at the heart of the turtle life cycle. Changing long-held traditions is essential if these ancient mariners are to have a future. The taste for turtle is, tragically, a taste for extinction. For millions of years, sea turtle hatchlings have faced a daunting gauntlet of natural predators. Crabs, birds, and fish have always taken their toll, a harsh but balanced part of the coastal ecosystem. However, human presence has introduced new, invasive predators against which the turtles have few defenses. These unnatural enemies are dramatically shifting the odds, making the hatchling's perilous journey to the sea even more fraught with danger. On many nesting beaches, the greatest threat now comes from predators that we brought with us. Feral dogs, pigs, and cats, introduced to coastal areas by humans, have become devastatingly efficient predators of turtle nests. Their keen sense of smell allows them to easily locate the buried eggs, and a single dog or a sounder of pigs can dig up and consume dozens of nests in a single night. They decimate the reproductive output of an entire beach. Even smaller invaders like fire ants can swarm a nest as the hatchlings begin to emerge, killing them before they even reach the surface. The threat is not confined to the land. Invasive species introduced into the marine environment can also have a profound impact. Invasive plants can outcompete and smother the native seagrasses that green turtles depend on for food, effectively starving them out of their traditional foraging grounds. New, aggressive predatory fish introduced to coral reef ecosystems can prey more heavily on juvenile turtles, disrupting the natural balance and reducing the number of young turtles that survive to adulthood. This onslaught of new predators, both on land and in the sea, adds yet another layer of pressure onto already struggling turtle populations. The natural balance has been broken. Conservationists must now fight a multi-front war, not only protecting nests from human poachers, but also from these invasive species. Fencing off nesting areas and implementing predator control programs are vital but resource-intensive strategies. The turtles' ancient nesting sanctuaries have become battlegrounds overrun by enemies they never evolved to face. After surviving threats in the deep ocean and on nesting beaches, sea turtles face danger at the surface. Boats. Turtles must surface to breathe and bask in warm waters, making them vulnerable. Boat strikes can cause deep lacerations and fatal injuries. Scars on adult turtles are testaments to non-fatal encounters. As coastal tourism increases, so does the frequency of collisions. Go-slow zones and propeller guards can make a significant difference. Without precautions, breathing becomes a deadly gamble. We have journeyed through a sea of perils, witnessing the 10 greatest threats that are pushing our planet's sea turtles towards extinction. From the plastic that chokes them to the warming sands that alter their very future, their story is one of immense struggle against overwhelming odds created by our modern world. But their story does not have to end here. The fate of these ancient mariners is not yet sealed. It rests in our hands. Their survival is a reflection of our willingness to protect the natural world we all share. The challenges are great, but they are not insurmountable. Every small change can help save sea turtles. Be mindful of your plastic consumption, support businesses that use sustainable fishing practices, and ensure your coastal vacation is turtle-friendly. Every individual choice contributes to a larger wave of change. Share this video, support conservation efforts on the ground, and use your voice to advocate for stronger protections. Let's protect these incredible creatures together, for their sake and for the health of our blue planet. The journey of the sea turtle is a symbol of resilience. Let us match that resilience with our own commitment. Their future and the future of our oceans depends on the actions we take today. Thank you for joining us on this vital exploration. Subscribe to our channel for more stories from the wild and updates on how we can work together to make a difference for the magnificent life that shares our world.